the National Legal Advisor of the Association of Police Retirees under the Contributory Pension Scheme, OFEM, OBITEM, DSP Retire and Retired Superintendent of Police, Iwara Ibiang Enang, have called on the different security agencies in Nigeria to arrest and question Asari Dokubo, a Niger Delta militant, over his reported continual insightful statements. Both were guests at Let's Talk Nigeria, a flagship sparkling FM radio money discussion program in Calabar, Cross River State. The retired security personnel urged the federal government to call Dokubo to order immediately and investigate his claims that top military men, particularly the Navy, are neck deep in bunkery and oil theft, and that his army is responsible for securing some parts of the country and not the military, Nigeria military or Nigeria army. They also refer to the trending video on social media where he is seen with arms disparaging the Igbos as slaves and dismissing the capacity of Nigeria's security strength. He has been making insightful public statements. These statements are outrageous and have the capacity to cause disaffection and public anger. Dokubo is making these hurtful statements and parading with arms calls for every urgent actions by security agencies so that it can be a deterrent to others and so that other young men do not even think they can behave similarly and go scot-free, SP Enang said. Ubetem also insisted that Dokubo's alleged statements against the Igbos in the trending video on social media where he referred to them as slaves be investigated. He said the militant leaders' statements and allegations should not be waved aside, maintaining that such impunity against the state must be well handled. Phone in-callers also condemned the impunity with which the militant leader disparaged the Igbos and his comments about controlling security networks in the country. And Tinubu is there looking. Of course, he gave him the red line now. The reason why he has been speaking like this, I think you guys should understand that, or if you have noticed that Gumi has not been speaking now. The other time we talked about how some Mufulani S-men are beginning to leave the country just after the announcement of this, what do they call them? These new service chiefs. You know what that means. Gumi has not been talking before election, and after election he just spoke twice, like that, and we've not been hearing about him. He was the one who has been speaking on behalf of these bandits before now. So it is Tinubu's turn now. He doesn't want to use maybe he doesn't want to use Uluomo, and now they are trying to use this person so that it will not be the Yoruba. Of course, they are doing their own at the end, at one side, why they want to use the one that is closest to the Igbos against them, who is Asari Dokubo. Well, they will not arrest him because he included Igbos in his statements, and that is the only reason why they will not arrest him. Yes, I got you. If it is other people, they might, because if you Igbos say whatever he likes, he should do. You see what is happening now? This useless DSS, if it were to be, because now they know that it's connected to Buhari, Tinubu. If it is it's on its own, they will tell you, you don't expect us to fold our arms. They would have gone for him. Let them continue. You cannot be cherry picking. They will give you one thing and they will take 10 things from you. That is exactly what this government has been doing. The same government since 2015. Okay. Why are these people pretending not to see? What of a former governor of Rivers claim that former GOC 6th Division was involved in oil bunkering? Probably this man was not in the country then. He deserves to be arrested and face disciplinary action. There must be respect for the rule of law. Where there is rule of law, where is the rule of law? Is it possible to arrest someone who went to pay allegiance to the president few days or a week ago? This is someone who almost go below during OBJ regime. OBJ government almost snuffed life out of him, and Asari turned vegetable immediately. OBJ government released him today. He has turned so arrogant and terrorizing people freedom. To the extent people are saying, this man go talk for Aso Villa with the coat of arms behind him. And you say, see, if you don't call a spade, especially those of you who are supporting Tinubu, is that the right thing to do? Since he's abusing Igbo people, you don't even tell police to arrest Tukubo. Now he has become bounce on security people. You now request for his arrest. Oga, stop deceiving yourself. That's big for nothing. Fool's comment shouldn't distract us. He's a psychiatrist doctor. Said his madness is always worse during rainy season. Okay, on a lighter note, but it's beyond that. It goes beyond that. People should see Asari Dokubo as a man of confused thinking. I could remember he fraternized with a Uwazurike in Biafra agitation. He's looking for his pocket. No, now we should not allow this kind of a thing to be happening. Say, oh, don't mind him. Don't mind him. He didn't fraternize Uwazurike. He was a mob planted by the Fulani terrorist group. Tinubu cannot call him to order as he thrives in associating with touts, a militant like Asari Dokubo sitting in the press gallery of Aso Rock, addressing journalists and accusing Nigerian army and navy of oil bunkering. Which Nigeria president will allow it if not Tinubu? You are right, my brother. It is only Tinubu that can do that. Asari was APC before now. He never visited Aso Villa during Buhari regime. This is purely government of the thugs, by the thugs and for the thugs. MC Olomo will soon storm Abuja for his appointment later. Up Niger. Now so, I call on Wemini and Apex Association in Igbo land to prepare legal papers against Asari Dokubo. All the name calling against Igbos, we don't have to keep quiet. He needs to be arrested. All of them. Federal government needs to declare war on all of them from north to south that carries gun. He should be arrested. Nigeria is not a free exit for criminals. Where you dey? Really? Are you for real? Nigeria is not what? If you like, arrest him or not, you will wake up to hear the breaking news soon. Asari Dokubo. Okay, very correct. This call would have been made when Asari Dokubo stormed the FCT. Solidarity moves proud to Tinubu's inauguration. Festus Keyamo tweet was in support of it and the leadership of the country. Heard him and his boys spewing rubbish against the Nigerian military because there was no consequences. He is emboldened to do more and will do more if he is not called to order. The wages of sin is death. Yeah, he needs to be arrested. So guys, I don't want to talk more about this one. When I always say it's Tinubu won't fight corruption. Wants to fight corrupt people. Really? Okay, now we shall all see.